Hey everybody! It's been a minute since I've been able to walk and talk. We've been having actual winter weather up here. I'm super glad to be back outside with my camera at another park in my neighborhood. The big update is, surprise, surprise, I am still unbearing from my backlog. And one of the things that has been super interesting has been talking with other people about what backlogs are, how we solve them. And today I thought it would be interesting for us to actually dissect what a backlog is, because I think that is a very useful system skill to determine. Somebody who I mastermind with frequently had asked me, she was like, "Are you sure you're not shooting on yourself? It's not a patriarchal imposed backlog." And it was such a good question. And what I determined was that no, there were a few things on my list that were, and I was immediately able to clear those off of the list, which I really loved and appreciated. But the actual backlog, I realized, were all of the things that had piled up in my life due to lifing, and also due to just making really big pivots in my own business last year, shutting down my 12-month mastermind program, changing into asynchronous coaching. I now am doing Voxer coaching with a collection of clients. And as I have been making those changes, there have been sort of a ripple effect of other things that also need to change. And because of that, I have a backlog. And so in my backlog, I determined the thing that makes something a backlog, which is a really useful thing for all of us to get a measure on right now, is if the thing is stopping you from getting to your revenue generating activities more easily, if it's stopping you from executing on those revenue generating activities, then that is a backlog. Like, a backlog is not, oh, I really should be on social. I really should batch my content. Well, I really should clean out my desk drawers. That's not a backlog. Those are to-dos. And a backlog also, similarly, is not a productivity thing, which is separate. I have seen people struggle with productivity so much in my coaching practice as a systems coach. As somebody who does regular business advising, my answer is always, but how are you? You are your best system. So how are you functioning? And we have to solve you as a system for productivity before we move into the backlog clearing part of the equation. So my big offering of advice this week on my channel is to run yourself through that very simple series of tests. Is it a productivity problem? Or is it something stopping you from revenue generating activities? And if you're stuck on, well, shit, I don't know if it's a revenue generating activity, that is something that you've also got to sit with. That is where having your business coach, or if you're calling them your business mentor or your business advisor, these terms are now starting to flood the market because people don't like the term coach anymore. Whoever it is who's helping you can help you get unstuck with that. That is the whole point of why we have coaches. And if you have not piloted yet, if you don't actually have an audience yet, if you don't have an offer that you're selling, if you have not accepted money, I hate to break it to you, but you don't have a backlog, you have a productivity problem. And solving yourself as a system is going to be your best bet. So I would recommend that you do that. The other thing that I would totally recommend right now for everybody is utilizing your calendar to help yourself move forward. So we have this analogy that I love to use in my world about cars and traffic. Those of you who are on my email list, special little plug, you can totally sign up for that through the link down below this video in the show notes. Every week I do readings for my audience. We talk about very practical things, hence the name, Sensible Woo. What I find is that analogies really help us dial in to what we need to solve. So if you think of yourself as a car driving down the road in business and in life, there are going to be times, most of the time, that you're just kind of flowing naturally with the traffic. And then there are going to be times where you might honestly be kind of behind the traffic. You know how when you can see cars are passing you, like ahead of you, and they're catching all the green lights. Do you keep getting stopped by lights? That's when you're, a little bit behind the traffic. And then there are times where you're ahead on the traffic. You're the person leading the pack. And that placement of yourself ebbs and flows. It's a really natural part of how we flow through life and business. I think it cannot be understated how much you are never going to be in the same part of the traffic in any given season. But the most important thing is that you're not parked. You have not parked your car on the side of the road, and you don't have your foot on the brake, so you're just stopped in the middle of the road. If you're having a backlog problem or a productivity problem or both, you have to ask yourself, like, is my foot on the brake? Did I park my car and I didn't realize that I parked my car and I forgot to take myself out of park? Like, what am I doing? And that will help you get moving again. It's not an overnight process. Y'all, it's not an overnight process. And so we want to avoid that feeling of just being stuck, being stopped. That means that you as a system need some big time TLC. This is like one of the simplest productivity methods that I know that works like gangbusters to give you some of that feedback, kind of like you're getting biofeedback, but it's biofeedback about your business. Are you ready? Okay, you are going to use your calendar every day, your digital calendar. I'm amazed at how many entrepreneurs, even people who are like really far along in their business, and they don't pull up their calendar every day. You have to be able to know what you're doing with your time. You have truly mastered your time. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I have met maybe one or two people in my lifetime, in my professional world, who have actually mastered their time in this way. It's so rare. You're gonna plan out your week, you're gonna book yourself in appointments, and you're gonna start keeping track of self. This is not about forcing yourself into a schedule. You're gonna see, can I do it? That's the question. Can I do it? Did I do it? What the hell happens when you make time for yourself to do these things? And you're gonna go from there. It's probably gonna illuminate so many things about yourself. And as they say, business, entrepreneurship is the best self-development course you'll probably ever take. Oh my God, I'm coming up on the cutest dog. It's not traditional time tracking. Hi, puppy. Hello. I met the dog. So you're gonna track yourself. And this is how we solve productivity. It sounds so ridiculously simple. In the season that you're in and how you feel and what kind of energy you have as somebody who is recovering from extreme adrenal burnout. I know what it's like to not have the energy on certain days. I love driving my business car, and that's what we're after. I would love to see you in my email list. I would love to be in your inbox every week. Go ahead and click that link